Okay, so.
Are we gonna do the makeup look?
Yeah, let's do the makeup look.
Okay, show picture of what the makeup looks like. Okay.
Alright. I like to show as much of your natural skin tone and texture as possible. I'm just gonna go in and balance out your skin tones. So usually I choose 2 different tones. This is number BD91, Beige Dory 91, and this is, the lighter one is BD41. Okay, these 2 I'm working with. I love using a foundation brush. It just helps to blend when you're blending 2 colors together, especially the way I work. I like to blend them. So I'm going to show you how light this is. So I'm going to test it right here, right under. See how light that is? Wow, that's light. And then I'm going to show you how dark this one is. Pretty dark, but it's blending in, right, to her skin tone. So this is the tone that's going to bring her face tone into her skin here. And you're going to see, I put the foundation tone, the deeper tone here, and I'm working it into sculpting under the cheekbone already. I have in mind I'm sculpting a cheekbone. So from the beginning, you're shaping the face like a sculpture. All right, so this tone that's very light here, I have, see how I'm using my hand as a palette? I'm blending out on my brush that darker tone, right? With a little bit of this lighter tone. So I'm blending the 2. See how that works? So now I have a 3rd tone. So cool. Which I'm just gonna use this to blend out that side. So with that 3rd tone, we're going around this area here, around the mouth, about here. So we're kind of, I would say it's called like a fade or a gradation from the deeper to the lighter tone. And I also forgot, before you start, you probably want to really load on the BAUME. This one is Rouge Cocoa Balm, just to start hydrating the lips. So this is part of the lighter area, and we do all the foundation before we do spot coverage.
And then, so your spots will still shine through.
Yours, yeah, whatever still needs to shine through, what still is going to shine through will shine through. And then you'll know you don't have to cover some because they're already covered by the wash, which is a lighter. So it keeps you not covering up your skin. Not so much makeup. So much makeup, not so much makeup. You'll see, working in layers is very helpful, and I do it on the whole face. Show the jawline here. So with this deeper tone here, we're just using it right here, and we're gonna blend it in. Now, I haven't put anything here. Your skin, I love the freckles here. I don't want to cover that up, but we are, but we are gonna probably do a little bit around the eyes. This is a dual-ended concealer brush. I like to use a concealer brush around the eyes because you have a little bit more control for placement. So always there's like this C shape from here to here. Also, there's this point right under the eye here that helps to brighten and also lift, which is, it gets dark right here. It's kind of, if you draw a line from the tip of your nose to the top of your ear, you can kind of find that angle to lighten up right here. What I am going to use concealer for, and I'm doing the same, having two that I can find the perfect shades, is for our little friend there, which
Hey.
at this point looks like maybe a little freckle, but let's see how we do with. I'm gonna take a tiny little brush and I'm just gonna take a tiny bit of spot coverage. And you don't wanna go too light and if you have a raised spot, because it'll get lighter. So you kind of wanna bump it back. So I'm finding kind of a shade here that is darker than this area. I'll show you. I'm just gonna dot it on to kick it back. I'm using the other side of the concealer brush, which is this beautiful fluff, to add a little bit of powder on there to set it. These are gorgeous powders to keep on your makeup table. The Natural Finish Loose powder, so wonderful. I like to tap a little powder into the top, and then you can just pat gently. So I'm just going to press it in. One area I really like to press it in is on the brow bone here. And around the edges.
Why on the brow bone?
On the brow bone because it's sticking out. Sometimes when we do eyebrows, they kind of disappear because of the highlight on the brow bone. So I like to sort of mat it out. Next step is brows, and like foundation, I like to use two shades. Two shades helps us be more three-dimensional or 18-dimensional. It helps to make it look more natural. It helps us to be more natural. So with a lighter color, we can find the shape, right? And so I'm starting to find the inner part. And by doing little strokes, following the shape of the inner eyebrow, the little hairs go. I like to feather them out a little bit in the middle for this look, just keep it soft on the edges. If you put a pencil from the tip of your nose to the center of your iris, if you look straight, basically that point here is where I'm kind of aiming to then arch it down. So we're going kind of going straight up to here and then arching it down. Okay, so I'm going to do the same on this side. So I'm filling in with a deeper tone. It's a dark brown. After going through and finding the shape of the lighter tone. And I'm gonna follow this line and just fill in where I see there needs to be a little bit more. I'm just seeing the lights and darks. Usually I like to generally keep the inner eyebrow lighter so it doesn't look like you're mad. Because if you make it too sharp at that edge, then it looks kind of, it can look like you're doing a frown. To go to the next level of setting everything, I'm going to use two shades of shadow. So powder, you could either use an actual brow product, or if you have a shadow, I love this Blurry gray. It's a multi-effect quadra eyeshadow from Chanel. This is my dream set for brows. I'm first gonna use a little bit of the lighter color. And again, I'm just tapping a tiny bit on there. I'm just gonna tap off the excess. And I'm gonna start here. further fill in, you'll see like certain areas that the wax doesn't grab and fill in. You can set it and bring it out a little bit more with the powder. I'm gonna go in with this darker color on the outer edge. Arch right here is where I like to bring it a little deeper. And then we have that fade, so it goes from light to dark. We're gonna do one last touch, which is a clear brow gel. But we're gonna just use the brow gel to get those hairs to stay put. Next step is mascara. I like to do mascara before doing eyeshadow because I don't like to mess up the eyeshadow. I know that's different than most people, but I like to use a little end of a brush to lift up. This is Le Volume de Chanel mascara. But Le Volume stays moist long, so it doesn't have a tendency to clump up so much. This is Les Beiges Tender Healthy Natural Eyeshadow Palette. We're gonna start with the lighter colors. I have this sparkly peachy pink here, and it has some gold and fuchsia specks like of glitter. And I'm gonna use this along the bottom of your eyes and in the center, and maybe a little bit on the lid. But this might be different from what you're used to, but I love doing a little sparkle under the eye because it kind of brings light into the eye and emotion to the eye. It's subtle,
yeah.
But yeah. And I'm gonna start on the inside and see how it's picking up the light. And I'm going to put a little of these two softer colors, this goldeny and champagne tone, just to pop in the inner eye there a little bit more, just to open up the eye. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of the sparkly one with my ring finger close and dot on the inner lid right here. Just to bring a little flick of light to the inner eye on the lid right there. And I use my ring finger to sort of press it into the lid so it doesn't go onto the lashes. Now with the smaller side of the dual-ended eye contour, I'm gonna go in with a deeper tone, sort of a maroon. I'm gonna use this little bit deeper tone. I'm gonna start on the outer corner. I'm not gonna go too far out. I'm gonna keep it in this little wedge shape here. Again, if you draw a line from the tip of the nose to the end of the eye here, we're gonna kind of keep it within there. I'm not gonna go out here. I'm gonna keep it in here to keep it more natural. Here, I want it to be the deepest, and then I'm fading it. And then sometimes, if you want to blend it a little bit, you can take a clean brush and get the edges here to fade it even more, and blend it, feathering and blending the edges so there's no hard line. Take a little bit of a lighter tone, highlighting tone, and on the brow bone here, right under the brow, and on here, on the top of the lip. Another way to very naturally pop the eyes, if you're in the mood, is to take like a long-lasting eyeliner. This one's waterproof, and go into the water line on the upper eye. I'm just gonna pull up here. You want to glide it in the upper waterline, and you can dab it in to the lash line and onto the waterline. And this will pop your lash line and give you a little bit more, look that way, definition. Sometimes it gets, you can pull it out a little bit out on the ends here, just to get a little more of the almond shape coming out, but gorgeous.
I'm into it.
Yes.
Yeah, you're like, yes.
So far.
Oh, so pretty. So pretty.
Next step is lips. To find the shape of the lips, or to smooth out the edges of the lips and to even out the tones in the lips, I like to use a lip pencil. This one has a little brush on the end, and this one is called Nude Brun. It's a beautiful nude tone that just came out that I love for my lips. You have a natural darkness around the lip, which I love, and I want to enhance that. And so this sort of helps find the edge of your lip and play with the shape of it a little bit. You can, with this color, because it's not too dark and it's not too light. It's not too pink and it's not too brown or orange. It's kind of right in the middle. It's a very good neutral. I'm gonna have you look right straight in. And when I'm finding the shape of my lips, I like to keep my mouth closed. And sometimes a little slight smile. A slight smile helps to tighten the lip, and it helps you to glide the pencil on easier. So on the bottom, I'm finding the shape and fading in. I love, TyLynn, your natural lip tone here, so I'm not covering that up.
Thank you.
It's kind of interesting. On the top of the lip, I like to bring more depth. Somehow visually that looks good to me. I don't know if there's a specific reason, but maybe for the shape, it plumps out the lip to have it a little lighter in the center. For lips, I am doing another duotone. We have a brighter shade and a more neutral, soft, lighter shade. This is Rouge Cocoa Flash. It's a new, very, very emollient, moisturizing lip. So I'm gonna put a little bit of the lighter one in the center, just to get that moisture in there. Okay. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of this brighter one, and very much in the center. To pop a little more brightness right at the top here. And a little bit down here in the center. And that's it. Next step is blush. I mean, the blushes can go on very translucent. Even though it looks darker, it can go on translucent. So again, I like to tap it into the powder and then blend it out a little bit. Add a little bit of tone to the top of the apple of the cheek. This is when you smile, you can see sort of this circle. We're gonna put put it down right at the top outer circle of the circle. We're gonna put it down right on the outer circle of your apple of your cheek. Does that make sense? Bring everything all together.
Glowy summer look.
Last but not least, I'm gonna finish the look with Les Beiges Sheer Healthy Glow Highlighting Fluid. And this is wonderful because it's super light. So the difference between this and the BAUME is it's almost like watery. So you can put it on, it goes on super translucent and thin. And also the difference between this and let's say a powder is that it kind of melds with your skin. So it's the most natural way to do a highlighter. And there's a little pump. I'm gonna put a couple pumps. Actually, a little bit goes a long way. You probably only need one. So I like to take a little fluffy brush like this, nothing too big, and hit those spots that you want to bring out. So like the brow bone, a little here at the end of the eye, right? That spot right there will lift by putting a highlight here. Not that you need, you have very high cheekbones. So we're accenting the beautiful high cheekbones here. There's a little bit of blush that I'm blending it into. And then at the top of the lip, sometimes it's fun just to emphasize that curve and the bridge of the nose. Yeah, maybe just a little bit here. And voila, that's it.
That is the glowy summer look. And it's gorgeous. And I feel gorgeous. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is the summer look, the glowy summer look. Thank you so much, Kara. It is an honor to have had my makeup done by you, and I hope that you come back and do more looks with me.
I would love to.
Yes.
It was so much fun playing on your face.
Thank you so much.
I would do it any day.
Yes. You can do it any day.
I can't
I'm
wait
here.
to try.
I'm ready.
Yes.
Well, I hope you guys love this, and comment, like, subscribe. I will see you soon.